All right, so I picked up a professor of English and Latin, I think. And I was talking to him. I didn't expect him to hear me, but we started talking, and he seemed kind of humble, you know. And so he was able to hear me, and it's like, what? Somebody can hear me? Within a short period of time, we're talking about how everything goes back to the logos, and I was telling him how if you break the word logos into pieces, it's lo and behold, G, the operating system. And he said, yeah, they say the logos is the word and it's created all things. I said, exactly. So everything unfolds. If you unfold the word logos, everything makes sense. It's everything unfolds out from the logos, through the logos, and back to the logos. And so I didn't tell him all this. But he did understand about object lessons, and he understood about how the word object, if you break it into parts, it means against, throw, and he understood that objects, I talked about how the universe is your real university, because I picked him up at a university. Anyway, lo and behold, G, the operating system, Jesus, logos. And so everything flows from him, through him, and to him. So Jesus is the operating system. He is quantum physics. He is the unseen dark matter. He is anything that the scientists can come up with. Jesus, it all points back to him. By him, all things exist. By him, all things were created. He holds it all. By him, all things consist. Not only did he speak it all into existence, he holds it all together and is flowing from him, through him, and to him. So this is powerful stuff. And you'll never hear a preacher talk about it. One of the reasons that I talk about this stuff and upload it, because I'm loading it I've sent copies out to one person. I got another person, I told her I'd send it out. But then I'm sending out these copies because when I'm dead and gone, a lot of stuff I'm revealing hasn't been revealed yet. And I'm not being prideful, I'm being really humble. Because if I saw the Shekinah glory, and this was revealed to me to pass on, and if I don't talk about it, I'm not doing my duty. And so I'm going to pass on these messages. This one here is, the audio messages, this one here, I'm not really, I don't trust YouTube. YouTube can censor and shut anybody down. But I'm up downloading to my own hard drive, thumb drives, and so forth. But Jesus is the logos, and if you take the word logos and unfold it, you get logic. You get logo. You get all kinds of stuff that reveals what this is. And so, because Jesus is the Word, everything is a word. That square shape is a word. Those round tires are a word. Everything is a word. Your body language is a word. Your fingernail, your finger, your skin, everything is a word. It has a deeper meaning. What is a word? It describes reality. So if you want to describe reality, the logos, word, Jesus, is where you got to look. And like that professor was saying, he said back in the day, because I said, look, the word university is universe, and that's where you really learn the universe is your universe. And he said, well, back in the day, because evidently he studied it, he said back in the day, that's why they call them universities. He said, yeah, they would learn from the universe. And I said, exactly. I said, these object lessons that are right in front of you, called objects, hit your five senses to bring you back to your senses. So everything in front of us is the university. The real university is right in front of you. The real inventions are right in front of you. How do you think they invented air conditioning? Because they looked at the cycles of the earth, the hot and the cold cycles, and they invented heat pumps and air conditioners and refrigerant. So you look at the universe to understand the cycles and the deeper truths, and then you can invent stuff. And the teleportation, the quantum physics, the string theory, all that's from looking at the universe. And you don't really need a math degree. You can just take the words and break them down into parts. Math is fine, but most of the stuff is just, even math. Math is described by words. So what is the source behind it all? Words. Words are the source. And what's the source of all words? Cut, turn, union, flow for the 3D plane. For our experience, I mean, this here, God, this is easy for God. It's really not that complicated. I mean, these people are walking, right? Their legs are crossing. Their knees are turning. They're in connection with the sidewalk. They're flowing. Really, there's nothing. It's the simplicity that it's all around you. See, what's happening is God made it easy. I used to ask questions like, why would God do this? Why would He do this? He made it easy for man to find Him. God made it easy for mankind to find Him. But mankind wants to make it complicated, and the system wants to throw you a bunch of curveballs so that you don't just sit down and just sit there and think. This is why the gurus can see the deeper stuff, because they just sit down and start thinking, comparing stuff. Are they right all the time? No. Because the reason they're not right all the time is because they don't use the Bible as their litmus test, you know. For some reason, this city is busy tonight. I gotta be careful. I don't want to get no accident here. But what I want to say is, the whole purpose of this is to say, look, this English professor, whatever he was, he can hear me. Why can't the saved people hear me? If Jesus is the Word, then everything in front of you is a word. The shapes, the symbols, the colors, everything is a word. And if everything is a word, everything has a deeper meaning. And all the objects, all these shapes, the way this shape on here, everything has a deeper meaning. And if all the objects have a deeper meaning, like this has a little lip on it, right? I haven't decoded it, but this is so your finger can grab, so you can actually think about how it relates to your finger and how easy that is and how the shape, and you can decode what this means in a spiritual level. The natural objects point to a deeper spiritual truth. I haven't decoded this, but it wouldn't take much to decode that.